Hello. I am past Andy, but present Andy is in Munich and future Andy doesn't want to fail his challenge, so he asked me to fill in for him. Yep, today we are going to sing a song, all improvised again, and we're gonna sing about knowledge of Beijing. Knowledge of Beijing. Sure. Oh. I'll have to use these because it's late. This is not my normal setting, I'm sorry. Where's my fucking...
There, okay. There you go.
No fucking idea what I'm doing. Like, none at all. No fucking idea. What does Chinese even sound like? Maybe I should have listened to Chinese music. Anyway, we're just gonna fucking hit the freaking bass. But a bass. We need it. Every song needs a bass. A fucking bass. This is the knowledge of how to sing. This is the knowledge of Beijing. Shimmy dimmy dimmy shimmy whip tap din di down. Shimmy dimmy 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 whip tap din di down. Was the knowledge? Yes, it was the knowledge. Was the knowledge of Beijing? It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. That's the knowledge, oh yeah, that's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. Aha, we got it. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. A long, long, long time ago there was a man called Hao. Whenever anybody saw him, everybody just said wow. Cause that guy, he knew quite a lot, oh yeah, he knew it all. So whenever anybody saw him, they would just all be like, it's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. So the man really wanted to give his knowledge away. So to all the people he knew, yes, he knew just what to say. Whenever anybody had a question, he would go, I know. And then he would explain the matter, and yes, that is so, because it's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. But then came a night and he fucking struck him down. Took his sword and he'd take from him the crown. It is only the figurative crown because the man didn't have a crown. But whatever, on his face he just left a frown. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. On the floor. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. On the floor. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge, not Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge, it's not the king. So the night he went away and the guy was on the floor. Hao couldn't get up, he couldn't get up anymore. But then came the savior from somewhere, someplace far away. And again Hao knew, he knew just what to say, because he had the it's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh he has the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge. It's the knowledge of Beijing. Yeah, right. There you have it. Yeah, I never said that it should be a good loop every day. It's just a loop a day, right? ALADIM. 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 Yeah, that was it. ALADIM. And not AGLADIM. I mean, how stupid does that sound, right? It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge, it's the knowledge of Beijing. Holy fuck. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge, it's the knowledge of Beijing. Fade out. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge, it's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge, it's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge, it's the knowledge of Beijing.
Make your pickup.
It's the knowledge, oh yeah, it's the knowledge, it's the knowledge of Beijing. It's the knowledge.